If you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering how to lose your love handles, who is Kai, and how does he do it? Now in this video, I'm gonna be walking you through my day in the life and exactly what I've been through, and then I'm gonna go over all the structure of what I do with all of my clients. So stay to the end. Let's go.
And that's me. I'm a 21-year-old living in Colombia, and every single day I wake up chasing my purpose, helping people transform their lives through fitness, mindset, and faith. My life today is full of vision, discipline, and clarity, but the truth is, it wasn't always this way. I grew up in Houston, in the trenches, a place where most people never make it out of. As a kid, I honestly didn't believe I would either. At only 10 years old, I began to have seizures, and doctors told me as a child I was only like 1 to 2 seizures away from being in a vegetable state, pretty much, not being capable to do anything. And imagine, being a child and hearing that, you start to honestly just live in fear. It was planted very deep inside of in me, and I always wondered, if I'll ever have a future. And I ended up overcoming that, but in the process, I ended up getting bullied and all these different things, and went to school with, monitors on top of my head, getting brain, tests and everything. And I was bullied for a long time, being called cyborg and everything. And eventually I got over it. My parents moved, but 4 years later, at 14, my worst nightmare came true. I lost my mom. She was the one person who made me feel safe. She was my anchor. When she passed, my world collapsed. With no father figure in my life, I was suddenly forced to grow up very fast, to act like a man, even though inside I was still a boy. At 15 years old, the pain became too much. I hit my lowest point and tried to take my own life. The house was empty, the silence was loud, and I didn't think I had any reason left to keep going. After that, I carried a lot of confusion about myself, about women, about love. Losing my mom so young left me without a blueprint. I didn't know how to love a woman or even how to receive love. So I went looking for it everywhere else. I became lustful, chasing attention, chasing validation, trying to fill a void, a hole that was deep in my heart that honestly couldn't be filled, no matter how many people I surrounded myself with, no matter how much attention I got. I still felt empty. And then by 17 years old, I was living a life that was slowly destroying me. I was partying, clubbing, drinking, smoking, doing everything most people do at 21, 22, but I was living it early, and it was eating me alive. I started selling drugs, thinking it was my way out, thinking quick money would change my life, but it only made it worse. On the outside, I was laughing and smiling. On the inside, I was broken, lost, and still trying to figure out how to be a man without ever having a man to teach me how. Looking back now, I can see something I couldn't see then. God was still working. God doesn't waste pain. Every seizure, every party, every bad choice, every lonely night, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Preparation for the man I would become. At only 18, I became the youngest general manager at LA Fitness. From the outside, everything looked amazing. It looked like I was winning. I had a title as a general manager. I had the money from being a general manager. I had the clout inside the gym. But inside, I was still empty. Because here's the truth. Titles, money, and status doesn't heal you. Only purpose does. And for me, that purpose came through fitness. And fitness became more than just lifting weights. It became my lifeline. Every rep, every run, every early morning waking up and working out gave me back a piece of myself. It gave me control when everything else felt out of control. Fitness built discipline in me. It gave me strength, not just in my body, but in my mind and spirit. It gave me everything. It saved me, honestly. And more importantly, God used fitness to reveal my true purpose. So at 19, I made a decision, a huge one, to move to Miami, and something that, most people thought was crazy. I walked away from the so-called, safe path of being a general manager and having that title, but I left behind the corporate job, the easy paycheck, and I went all in on training, not just to build bodies, but to rebuild people from the inside out. Because I know what it feels like to be broken. I knew what it felt like to be tempted by everything the world has to offer and still feel empty. And I wanted to be living proof that you don't have to stay that way. I mean, now at 21, I built something way bigger than myself. Mind and Muscle Academy, it's not just a fitness program, it's a family. It's a brotherhood, a place where people who feel stuck, who feel uncomfortable in their body, skinny, fat, whoever you are, who feel stuck, who feel lost in life. It's a place where, you can come and finally find your strengths, your discipline, and your purpose. It's not just about like the six pack, losing your love handles, or looking good for Instagram. It's about breaking chains. It's about healing. It's about becoming the man or woman God designed you to be. And here's the truth. If I could make it out of Houston's trenches, if I could survive the seizures, the loss of my mom, the depression, the lust, the drugs, the partying, the suicide attempts, if I could come out of all of that pain and I'll be living across the world in Colombia, chasing my mission with everything I have, then so can you. Your past doesn't define you. Your mistakes don't have the last word. God can take your darkest pain and turn it into your greatest purpose. And I'm here to say, my name is Skywalker, and this is only the beginning. Only the beginning to something great, something huge. And I would love to be able to guide you all through your fitness journey, whether that's through mindset, fitness, whatever it is, just to be able to help more people throughout the world, because my purpose is so much bigger than what it was years ago. And I would love to show you. And this is going to be the information side right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon.
Guys, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to see those abs, lose those love handles, and exactly what you need to be doing in your training to actually get in shape and actually have that banging body that you want. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Before we do, I'm going to kind of just run you through an overview on all of my clients. As you can see, these guys kind of struggle with, this is pretty much just a structure of what the macros look like. This guy struggled with recovery, and this guy just struggled with the workouts, right? Now, before we get into everything, I just want to kind of go over the mindset part of all of this, okay? Because even if you change, you get the six pack, you get the freaking love handles gone, whatever it is, you gain all the muscle, right? Let's talk about who you become at the end of this, right? Because that's what really matters. Who do you become? You respect yourself a lot more. You're respected by your peers a lot more. You respect yourself a lot more. You actually take the action, right? And I love to tell my clients this. So the people that that are talking to me, whatever the case may be, I always tell them this one line: to think too much is a disease. Because whenever you think too much, this is your brain talking you out of doing something that you need to do. Your brain has talked you out of working out. It's talked you out of meal prepping. It's talked you out of all these different things that are going on in your life. And if you would have just took action on them, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in right now. And that is exactly why you're here right now. You want to get the knowledge that's actually for you to actually reach your goals, to actually take the action. And this is the exact knowledge. This is exactly why you're here. You want the knowledge on exactly what to do. But if you just get the knowledge and you don't take the action, nothing is ever going to change. Take the action today, whether you're getting a personalized program or you're following the steps that I'm going to give you in this video. So you guys need to do this, okay? Because if you don't, you're just telling yourself, you're just wasting time, right? Pay attention to the video. Make sure that you're going through everything. You're taking the steps, taking the knowledge that I'm giving you, and you're listening very clearly, okay? Because thinking too much is a disease, right? Because a lot of guys, they just go through life thinking way too much on things that they need to be done, no matter what, right? And it's so much easier whenever you don't think about something and you just do it. Or let's put this in another aspect, right? Another analogy that I love to use is figure out what the pros and cons are and take away your feelings. Your feelings are not a pro and it's not a con. It's very simple, okay? The pros of going to the gym: I'm getting jacked, handsome, I'm getting lean, I'm going to look more attractive, I'm be the best version of myself. What are the cons? I'm going to have to go when I don't feel like it. Shut up. That's how you feel. That is a con. That's not a pro or a con. because whether you like it or not, like you're gonna have to go eventually, right? So this is Mind and Muscle Academy, okay? So we're gonna be diving into mindset tricks. We're gonna be diving into exactly how you're gonna gain muscle, all the different things, okay? So let's go ahead and start off with the example client plan that I have set out for a guy that's 250 pounds. So if you're watching this video, congratulations, you got a free plan right here, okay? If not, you're gonna have to do all the calculations on your own. Now, let's just say that this guy, right, this guy that came into my program, his starting weight is 250, right? His goal weight right now, we just set it at 200, not too low, not too far. Um, and then we're going to multiply his goal weight by 11. Okay, so this is what that's going to give us. That's going to give us his daily calories. Okay, so his daily calories are going to be 2,200. All right. Now, with that being said, that's his daily calorie intake because that's what he's eating every single day. Okay. Now, to actually figure out what you're going to be eating every single day, that's going to fill in these 220 calories. You're going to have proteins, fats, and carbs. Okay. So we're going to have 1 gram per pound of goal weight. Okay. So not as starting weight, but his goal weight, because if you're eating your starting weight, if he's eating 250 grams of protein, he's pretty much telling his body, I would like to be 250 pounds still. Right. That's not what he wants to do. He wants to be 200. Right. Now, so we're gonna be eating 200 grams of protein. Okay. Now, protein, okay, is very important because this is what's gonna supply all the muscle building. Okay, and that's what you want, right? So 800 calories from protein. All right. So we're gonna take 2,200. We're gonna minus 800. Okay. So this is exactly where he's at, right? Then we're gonna do 0.25 times his total calories. Okay, so this is the total calorie that he has right now. And then so 0.25 times 2,200, he's gonna have 550 calories for fat. Okay, then he's gonna have about 61 grams of fat. Okay, and this was gonna give him all the hormones that he needs, all the healthy fats, and just have everything that he needs for the day. Okay, so the remaining calories is what's going to be used for your carbs. Okay, so you have 800 calories of carbs, which is about 212 grams of carbs. Okay, so this is what it's going to be doing for the entire day just on his macro side, and this is what's going to fuel him throughout the entire day, and it's what's going to help him lose weight. Okay, a lot of weight actually. Now, we're going to get into the master plan of exactly what you need to be doing every single day to actually get the results that you want, whether it's a six pack, whether it's the abs, whatever it is, whether it's the big biceps, big shoulders, whatever it is, you want to do a whole body recomp. This is the exact plan that you're going to follow. So, guys, please listen up, take notes, pull out your pen and paper, whatever it is. This is the master plan, okay? We're going to start with macro overview. So proteins, carbs, fats, okay? So you need to realize whatever whatever your goal weight is, right? And then you multiply that by 11 and you got your daily calories, realize, okay? For every calorie, right? Every gram of protein, you have 4 calories, okay? Remember that. For your carbs, 4 calories per gram. Okay? So for 1 gram, 4 calories. For fats, okay? 9 calories per gram. So 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, okay? So let's go back over here, right? So that means that whenever you did 850, we just divided that 850 by 4, which gave us 212. Same thing here, 0.25 times the total calories by 50 divided by 9, 61 grams, okay? Same thing here, 1 gram per body weight, he had 200 grams. You multiply that by 4, you get 800 calories. Very simple, guys. You got to follow this, okay? Whatever it is, figure out where your macros are right now, and then you can start from there. Now we're going to get into muscle building. Okay. Make sure you guys are taking notes. We're going to be going over recovery and workout structure. Okay. Recovery, you want to have sleep, of course, because sleep is the most important thing. Because if you're not recovering your muscles, you're not recovering your body, well, then you're just going into, you're going and fucking it up pretty much. This is what's going to happen. Okay. So you need to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I always like to tell guys that are in my program, I'm like, hey, I use this headband. It pretty much plays music into my ears. I just put on some meditation music. I go straight to sleep. I get my 8 hours of sleep. I don't have any trouble going to sleep or anything like that, right? And then my stretching routine, I do 3 minutes in the morning, and then before my workout, I usually do 5 and 5. We do 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, but that's just because I have the stretches already down, and I'm super like stretch I'm super flexible, all these different things. So if you're a flexible guy, woman, whatever you are, you should be good to do 5 and 5. But if you're not, you're kind of more of a tighter guy, you haven't worked out a lot, I do recommend 10 minutes before your workout until you kind of have, some experience under your belt. And then at nighttime, you're gonna do 3 minutes, right? So like right before bed, or whenever you have free time at nighttime. Sometimes after your workout, you want to do some stretching because you don't want to wake up the next day and just be like completely stuck in bed. You can't get out of bed after leg day. You can't stretch your arms, you can't scratch your back, all these different things. You want to be able to stretch right after the workout and before you go to bed because that's also going to help you with that recovery and sleeping. Okay. Now, the workout structure, okay? The workout structure is very specific to muscle building. A lot of guys just try to wing it and try to figure out, what's the best way to build muscle. No, this is the best way to build muscle, okay? So for each muscle group, whether it's your bicep, tricep, chest, back, abs, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, okay? You need one compound movement to start the workout for whatever you're doing, okay? So if I'm doing chest and triceps, I'm starting with bench. If I'm doing back, I'm starting out with, bench over rows. I'm starting with legs, I'm doing squats or deadlifts, and then so on and so forth, right? And then I do two striation movements, right? If I'm doing chest, I'm doing machine chest fly, or I'm doing the bench press, right? With slow reps, okay? That's what's gonna kick in that striation, okay? Then I do one isolation movement, whether that's um, one movement for your back, whatever it is. It's like one arm row or it's something, right? You have to just one isolation movement per body for per muscle group, okay? And make sure that you're doing this, okay? So like this is very important, and this is what's going to help you for the muscle building, okay? This guy struggled with this for a long time, okay? He had no idea what he was doing in the gym. I mean, he was literally doing, bench, squat, and deadlift in one day, and I'm like, bro, I don't know who taught you that, but it's definitely not right. And he was like, bro, I just got it off of YouTube. I didn't really know what I was doing. And I was like, bro, that's exactly why people need personalized programs and figure out exactly what's going to build muscle, not just what is the general population doing, right? Like, and so that's kind of where he was. Okay. Same thing with my boy Josh over here. He had no idea that he needed 8 hours of sleep. And as soon as we did that, I mean, the guy slimmed down really quick. His muscles started recovering faster. And then he had no idea how much he was eating, right? So he was struggling with, he was like, oh, yeah, my calories are this. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? But he had no idea that how much fat he was eating was way too much. He had no idea that, the carbs he was eating was way too much, right? And then he wasn't eating enough protein, and it was just not it's not okay, right? He was thinking too much. He got too much information, and he wasn't taking action on the right information, right? Same thing over here. These guys had no plan. um they kind of already knew how to work out from like high school and whenever they first started, but they didn't really know, they didn't have a plan, right? And this is what I give them for their macros. And I mean, this is pretty much what played a huge part in all these guys transformation, was the macros and just having that energy throughout the day to actually hit the workout, go throughout your entire day not crashing, none of that, and then actually to have the muscle building stages, and having the recovery locked in, having the workout structures locked in, and having the master plan behind it all, right? And this is exactly how I'm going to build it. And guys, you have to understand that like this is very, very simple, but very, very complex at the same time, because you could have all of these macros, but what exactly are you eating to actually hit your goals, right? And that's what a lot of guys don't really understand. They're like, what do I eat to hit my goals? I have no clue. And that's exactly what coaches give you. That's exactly what YouTube is not going to give you. You're like, what is this? No, it's not going to give it to you. Okay, it's going to give you some bullshit. It's not going to be accurate. None of that, right? I'm going to give you exactly what's going to work and exactly what you need. Same thing for recovery. I'm gonna give you everything that you need. And then workout structures, what exact workouts you're gonna be doing, because when you go on YouTube, I'm telling you right now, no coach is giving away this information for free. It's not happening. Okay, like if you've paid a coach before, this is exactly how it's set up. And if it's not, well, then your coach doesn't have 11 certifications like I do. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And he doesn't know how to gain muscle. Okay. You need to understand this is the best way to build muscle. There is no and if or buts about it. It's proven from all of my clients, from me, from the people that I've trained in person for 3 years, 4 years that I've been training. But guys, please understand, the most important thing whenever you're going through your fitness journey is your mindset. Because your mind will talk you out of eating good. It'll talk you into eating bad. It'll talk you into doing lower weight, less reps. It'll talk you into not going to the gym. Okay. It'll talk you into all of these things. So you guys need to understand that your mindset is the biggest thing that you need to conquer, not the macros. The macros will give you mental clarity to actually conquer your mindset, but they won't conquer the mindset by itself. Okay. It's part of the structure. Okay? The workouts are going to give you that high frequency to actually have mental clarity that the food's also going to be given into to actually give you the mental clarity to actually take action. So guys, make sure that you're taking action on exactly what I've laid out for you guys. But that's the end of the video. Love you guys.